Are you still decluttering? At the end of last year, many of us decluttered our spaces, our schedules, and digital lives. However, if you've been feeling scattered, overwhelmed, and distracted, it may be time to reassess those spaces. This week, I was able to bless a thrift store with some winter clothes and other clothing. And I've been holding on to these things because I was hoping that I would get back to my size 6. However, that was just wishful thinking. It doesn't look like that'll ever happen. So at this point, I said, why not bless somebody else? And the good thing about it is that those items were kind of classic. So it's something that you could wear now, as fashion always comes back around. And, sometimes you see things that you've already had, but you had the better version anyway, because now you see a lot of these knockoff versions. So I really hope that the stuff that I donated, the people that receive it will be blessed for it, especially since there's going to be a snowstorm this week and, well, this weekend. So hopefully, someone can utilize those coats. But decluttering is a maintenance practice that supports your clarity. So you don't need to do like you did last year, a whole reset, right? You just need to put some maintenance practices into work. So we want to talk about why clutter returns. So let's talk about why clutter returns. And if you're anything like me, I do not like to look at the same scenery for too long. So that's why I changed my office around. And I really don't like it this way. So now I'm in the process of rearranging. I want to rearrange it back to how it was, right? Because my desk is here, but my printer is over there in the other side of the room, right? I mean, it's not way over there, but I can't just get a printout or anything, right? I have to get up and take a walk, which is probably good to get some exercise, but I don't think 10 steps is going to do me a big difference. Um, or it's not going to make a big difference, right? But you may have to give up your office space for a growing child or an older parent, right? So life changes can make us return back to clutter. And maybe you've been committed to working remotely and you need to find a workspace in your home. Or you live in an apartment, you may have to work in your bedroom or your kitchen. Okay? And so these new commitments makes us return back to clutter because now you have a desk in your bedroom and you know what I'm saying? And so now your bedroom feels cluttered. I know when I was living in an apartment, my bedroom, I used to work from my bedroom, but it was cool because it was like a backward L shape. And so it was like a alcove on the side. So I was able to put my desk there and it really didn't interfere with the bedroom section. And so I was able to keep it neat because it was like when I would look at it, I'm like, oh no, I can't look at that. So let me keep that clean. So, I had to make sure that was neat. But I try my best to keep my desk organized at the end of each day. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes in the morning when I see that my desk, I left projects over from the day before, it distracts me from getting the work done that I wanted to do for that day. Or sometimes I just look at it and I feel like I don't even want to go into my office, right? I just avoid the office altogether. So, having a maintenance system helps you to keep the clutter down, right? So you can focus on what's really important and what you're really trying to do. I'm sorry, my ring keeps hitting the desk. And then your physical space, right? We need to check in with our physical space. So, look around your workspace and think about the areas that, you know, you have in your workspace. Do you know where everything is at, or do you have to go searching for stuff? Right? Does your workspace invite focus or avoidance? And have your temporary piles become permanent? I know that um, my last position, now that I work for myself, but my last position, everything was online, everything was digital. There was no paper involved, right? The only paper that I had was the notes that I would take during training sessions or something like that. And other people didn't even write notes, they typed it on their phones. So, I'm old school, so I need to write it down. But, you know, make sure that you have you're looking at those temporary piles. Like, I wish I could show you what I got going on, but I'm trying to change this room around. But like, let me see something. Like, okay, my post-it notes, right? I don't want to show you what's on here, but I got post-it notes everywhere. I got a writing pad. You know what I mean? I have stuff around. I have another writing pad. I actually have, this is a nice little, I have notes on here, but this is another writing pad that I created, right? And some of these notes are temporary, so I need to get rid of them. Like, I don't want to show you all of this. But can you see? Oh, that's one of my post-it notes that I created, but I don't want to show you what's on there. But you know what I'm saying? You got a pocket in here. So do I need 3 writing pads right now? I have 3 writing pads plus a post-it note. So all of these little temporary things need to be trashed because they become permanent, right? So put them in one place. I have the little booklet, so I can just write down like what was on this. This was one of my journals that I was uploading onto Etsy, and of course Etsy wouldn't allow me to put the whole journal on, so I had to break it up into parts. So I put the page numbers where I broke the journal up into. So this needs to go on a digital, in a digital format, so that when I go to, you know, update the journal, I already have the page numbers where I need to break it to split it up to upload it onto my Etsy site. And when we're talking about our digital space, look at your kitchen, your bathroom, and your bedroom. Do they need some sprucing up? I mean, I know a lot of us did that before the new year, but now we're into the year. We're almost out of the first month of the year of January. And so maybe you need to do some sprucing up, right? Like, I know I need to paint the walls in this office, right? But I'm still not sure what color I want. So I haven't done that. But I know that I'm going to move this desk back to where I had it because, like I said, I don't like this setup. Okay? And what about your closets? Do you know people that throw everything in the closet to hide their clutter? However, you can sweep stuff under the rug, but eventually that pile is going to come up to the surface. So let's not hide our clutter. We have to handle our clutter. We have to deal with our clutter. And then let's talk about our digital space, right? Let's check in with our digital spaces. Did you know that digital clutter is more draining than your physical clutter? How many unread emails are weighing you down? Are your files organized or duplicated everywhere? I've been there and I've done that. When you get those notifications, do they pull you out of focus? And what about those tabs and apps? I had to stop installing games on my phone because they were taking up way too much data. And I was spending way too much time on my phone playing games. Digital organization is an energy strategy. So if you need help managing your inbox, you can email me and I can help you get that cleared up. And if you're one of those individuals who keeps your workspace neat and clean, kudos to you. Keep doing what you're doing. But if not, then making some minor adjustments is all that's necessary. Don't try to organize in the morning. Do it in the evening so you can start fresh in the morning. And don't beat yourself up if you get a little messy. But do recognize that your mess can be a blockage to your progress. Start creating routines for physical and digital cleanup. If you need help with your digital cleanup, I'm here for you. And if you're in North Carolina, in the North Carolina area, specifically the Triangle area, I can recommend someone who can help you maintain your physical space. So until next time, I'm Monica Renee. Thanks for visiting. And if you're going to be affected by the storm this weekend, take the necessary precautions to keep yourself and your family safe. Peace and love.